Hi everyone, welcome. This is Patty from PS Paper Crafts and I'm glad you stopped by. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make one card, but I'm going to show you a couple others that I made. I made this happy birthday. I made this actually on stage when we were learning how to play with some of the new product. Here's another happy birthday and a congratulations, and we'll make a fourth card. I just wanted to tell you the products that I used. And they're pretty easy. These are note cards, so they're 3.5 by 5, not the normal 5.5 by 4.25. And if you looked in your annual catalog on page 38 and 39, you'll see some samples. So this one I pretty much copied, only I put a happy birthday, and I just added a couple of pearls here. So you can copy things that are in the annual catalog or any catalog, or you can make your own. So this has this delightfully lasered, detailed laser cut specialty paper, and I'll show you that. There's faceted dots, there's stamps, a punch. You can get some memories and more cards, which are sometimes used for scrapbooking, but you can make cards very easily, and they're already pre-cut and everything. You slap it on one of these note cards and you're good to go. You can bundle the punch and the stamp set and save 10% if you wanted to. So let me just show you a couple of things. The cards, they're already watercolor washed, and they're in mint macaron and blackberry bliss, and there's like 2 different styles of each color, and they're on very vanilla. So there's these and then these, and you get 20 of them. So I guess you get four different prints, 5 of each. And you get the envelopes that go with them. So it's a nice little set. And then the paper is very fragile. And they actually have, this is my leftover pieces from what I cut out to make the cards I showed you. So let me just put these aside. What you're going to get is 4 sheets of these. And they're very vanilla on one side, and then the other side they're white, so you can whisper white. So you can use either side. You get borders and you get these panels. And then you also get, they have tissue between each, and it really is very fragile. You don't want to get them caught on each other. You get one big 12 by 12 like this, and again it's very vanilla, and then the whisper white. And I've seen a lot of people, they just cut out pieces and parts of this. I have some extra pieces in here. So you can just cut out some flowers and put them on a card and add to that. So it's pretty neat. I'm going to show you how I cut this down. I saw some other people do videos, and I figured I'd share it here because you have to kind of be careful. So let me put this aside and put these cards aside, and I'm just going to take out my paper trimmer. And the deal is that you want to cut your borders first. So if you just line it up, see, it gets caught on everything because there's just pieces hanging out. Line it up and kind of go down the middle of this line so that you have some on this side and some on this side. So you're going to, let me just get this down. So you're going to just gently cut this up. So now I have my borders, and you can cut these out. And then I would cut the side. Ooh, sorry, I grabbed the wire. I'm plugged in because I'm almost out of battery, so I apologize for that. Then you're going to do the same thing here. You kind of want to line it up in your trimmer. And now I have these borders. And I used one of these borders, I'll show you how, on one of the cards. And then you just want to go and cut these down. And I'm not going to do that, but see how careful you have to be. You just cut down and then cut them out. So that's how you cut these out. So I just wanted to show you on this card, I just used the piece that we're going to use on the next card, and then we punched with this. It's a triple punch, so you can get a corner round, or you can get this little thing, and then you get something to do, like put your ribbon through if you wanted to do a tag or something. And we used the faceted dots, and this ribbon is really beautiful, and it's the polka dot ribbon. Thought I had it handy. but I don't, so we'll just skip that. But it's really gorgeous ribbon. It is in the catalog. And it's got like a shimmer to it. So it's this 5/8 of an inch polka dot tulle ribbon. So if you look at it, it has, it's backed with the orange. I think it's Pineapple Punch, or I'm sorry, Grapefruit Grove. Still learning the new colors, but once you back it, you can see. I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but you can see the netting. So that's really pretty. And then on this one, I cut out this panel, and then I just used mint macaron, and I took one of these. Let me just pull one over. What I did with this, oh, they're all getting tangled, was I just took this and I cut this out. I think it's like 2 3/4 inch, and then I just sponged it with the Grapefruit Grove. Just take your sponge and sponge over it, and you can color it. You can color the whole thing if you wanted, which is pretty cool. And then I put these Share What You Love Artisan Pearls. So that's what these pearls are. And let's see, so that's this one. So we went through these two. And then this one, this Congratulations, this is mint macaron, and I did Tranquil Tide, because I think those are good color combination. And the sentiment I used actually for this happy birthday and the congratulations is from this hand delivered. This is a host set that you can get for free if you place a $150 order. And I just love the font on these, so I figured I would use those. And let's see, I cut out this using the Stitched Labels die. So I did that in the mint macaron, and I wanted to back it, so that's where I did the Tranquil Tide. And then I used this Nature's Twine. So this is in mint macaron, Blackberry Bliss, Grapefruit Grove, and Crumb Cake. So I used the mint macaron. Okay, so that's how I made these 3 cards. Now we're going to make one more, and I'll give you some tips for gluing this down, because there is not a lot of area to put glue on. So I like to use the multi-purpose liquid glue. So what I did was I have my piece cut out of the panel. So again, I just cut one of these panels down. I just cut right down here, and I ended up with this. And I'm using the Very Vanilla side because I'm using a Very Vanilla note card. But you could use the other side as well. And then I cut a Very Vanilla oval out of the stitched shapes. I did the largest one. And we're going to stamp this in Blackberry Bliss. So I have my Blackberry Bliss stamp pad. This is one of the new pads, and it opens like a compact. And let me get out of the way. And then I'm using the Love What You Do stamp set. So I'm going to pick this flower, and I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm lucky to have a friend like you. So let me get the flower. And what I'm going to do is I want it to be very light, and this is a very dark ink. So I'm going to stamp it once, stamp it again, and then I'm going to stamp it on the cardstock, because I just kind of want it in the background. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment right over it. So now I've got the sentiment. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. I just want to make sure it looks good. See how dark that is? It's almost black. And I'm just going to stamp it right smack in the middle. And the flower will just become a light background. Okay, so let me close this up and put this aside. And now I'm going to attach these. So the way I attach this is I use that fine tip multi-purpose glue, and let me just shake it. I just use a very little bit, and I'll put it around the border, and then I'll put it on a little bit of the leaves. Oh, there's a bubble there. And I'm just going to kind of dot it around. I don't want to be too heavy-handed on it because I don't want it to ooze out too much. If you use your snail, you might have a more difficult time because it's too wide for some of these pieces. The other thing is this will help adhere it down when I put that down. So I'm just going to go around and dot these leaves. You don't have to do every one, but get a good placement so that you don't have pieces flying up here. So let's see, a couple more in the corners. Come up here. Just don't be too heavy-handed. And what's nice about the liquid glue is it does give you a little bit of time to place your element that you're putting on the card. I'm going to try to be very careful with this. Get it in the corners. Just let it go. Now it is a little bit tinier than the card. When you're cutting it, sometimes it's hard to cut it exact from the piece to measure onto the card, so it doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, you could probably trim that down a little bit, but it doesn't bother me one bit. So let's see, I am going to get my dimensionals, and I'm going to pop this up right in the middle. You could put some ribbon if you wanted to. So but I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to put some of the faceted dots around it. So I'm not going to do ribbon. I feel like the background is nice and I don't want it to be too busy. I have to order some more of the big dimensionals. These are the minis. And I probably could have used the big ones if I had them. I go through them. I love them. So they're all getting stuck on me. I don't know if that's in camera, but for some reason I always have these little pieces stuck to me. So I will put that right smack in the middle. And then I'm going to take some of these faceted dots and get my tweezers. Boy, I left everything on the side. Here it is. I'll get my pokey tool. This is my piercing tool. And I think I'm not going to do the big ones, but these are in Blackberry Bliss as well. So I think I'm going to just put a few of them on this just to give it a little bit of extra shine, and I think that's enough. So then if you fold this, I mean, that's a very easy card to make, and I think it's really gorgeous. So again, I have this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So let me know which one you like the best. And I think this is a great, it's not a kit, but you could kind of make it a kit, really. Just to go back to this, if you just got the cards, you can make 20 cards with the Memories and More pack. You could just get those two, and then the paper, and you could really make some nice cards. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.